Greetings, uh, people all over the world, whether you're in New Zealand, hi Wayne, or Michigan, hi Brent. Um, so wherever you tune in with us, uh, welcome, and whatever the day or whatever the time of the day is, we can say good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good day. It's when you tune in us. I'm grateful that all over the earth you can tune me in. And the Stroke Folk show is designed to get together once a week and share our minds or our hearts. And, and but for me, it's a practice with my speech. And way back when, after I had the strokes and I was taking outpatient therapy, and the speech therapist was going to graduate me from that, I remember in the last day, she just said, "You have to go out in the public and talk with other people." And I didn't really understand, but 4 years ago, when I started getting into helping other stroke patients, I realized that's what you mean. So because the first stroke took out my speech center, so I have aphasia for now. In the future, who knows? But um, I'm I, I do the podcast because I practice, and and I hope that you get something out of our time. And I specifically schedule about 15 minutes because I don't want to with a 3 hour podcast. No, I just want you to have a taste of something, a concept, an idea. Or when I used to have my guest, and when I get them back on, then you get a taste of them, and that's what I want to do. And then if you're curious about the concept or the topic, you can you got lots of ways at your disposal to check it out. So, anyways, um, um, way back when I last November, a year ago, almost to the day, I guess it is, I published my first book, which was Stroke Survivors First Aid Kit. And it was a oh, it was the accumulation of my post, and you could see that if you want. But when I started to um, formulate the concept of the book, I realized there were four keys or four secrets, and I won't go into those, but other sessions I have done with them. But that's what I did that. And then the second book, which I released about a month ago, is the Word Search for Stroke Recovery Book, Volume 1. And they're designed to, because after I had the strokes, I used my speech therapist strongly encouraged me to use word search books and attempt to make the connection again through the patterns that ultimately came back to me. So, anyways, this is easy because it goes left to right words or top to bottom, and volume 2 adds diagonal. Also, the front words, the left to right or that way. And the last will, volume 3, will go, it will also do it reverse. And I just, the other day, I had an idea. This volumes 1, 2, and 3 are loosely grouped by category or theme or something like that. And we'll probably do a volume 4, 5, and 6 without. I will put them in a random basis. So, anyways, if you find that it's helpful, go for it. And the way you can find it is to open your browser and type tinyurl.com/stroke-books, and that will get you to Amazon and Brent Calhoun, and then you'll find it. And the way way back when I was formulating the book, I used to label myself as a stroke survivor, and but about almost 3 years ago, I was in a focus group for stroke patients, and the director was talking about the stroke patients or the stroke survivors, and so I took them on a break. I took him off to the side and I asked him, "Why do you use that?" And he said, "Well, I use the survivor because when I put proposals out there, they'll look for them. They won't look for anything else." And I said, "Well, isn't that a little bit like the chicken and the egg? Which comes first?" So I about a year and a half, or maybe over a year ago, I commissioned these designs, and like this is the woman that they like Rosie, the riveter, back in World War II, because men were out fighting. They had women working in the factories, and but anyways, this is why I'm just using these concepts to. I want you to get it, and to. I don't care if you buy mine, but if you do and you wear it, you have two opportunities. You can start a conversation, and you can start a conversation about survivors versus thrivers. And I decided that I was going to thrive, not survive. I was done with surviving, but I was going to push my boundaries bigger and larger. And so if you you can go to the website, and you can open a browser and type your tinyurl.com/stroke-designs, and that will take you to look at them. And if you see them, great. If you get them, great. But the important thing is we get it out there and we start the conversation, which says there's more than just surviving, we're thriving. And hopefully the time will come in the future when people will say they were a stroke survivor, or better, which I hope they will do, they'll say I'm a stroke thriver, or they'll start labeling them stroke thrivers. So anyways, but this week I was thinking about, and I like over the last 2 years or more, we've been dealing with, we have to, my father-in-law, bless his heart, is just turned 95. And but for about the last 2, maybe 3 years, he's been having memory issues, and it became apparent that he was going to have that he has Alzheimer's disease. And I wondered, why does memory feel slippery after a stroke, and why it's not the same thing as Alzheimer's? So today I'm just going to break the fear, the confusion, and the truth that I found. So um, and my father-in-law, his name is Al. Some days he remembers uh, vivid details of his uh, childhood or uh, early in his life, but he doesn't remember what he had 5 minutes prior. Uh, if he just finished his breakfast, he couldn't tell us. And that's Alzheimer's. But stroke memory issues, that's a different world. So many stroke thrivers worry, am I heading towards dementia? Or should I be scared? Um, why am I forgetting everything? Because look at what words you use to describe your situation. We tend to make it worse by using our words. But let's take the fear out of this. Um, so, memory, stroke memory loss is confusion, not collapse. So, stroke memory problems are usually caused by swelling, damaged wiring, fatigue, slow processing, and brain rerouting. And your memories are still there. Your brain just needs clear pathways to reach them again. So this is why you might forget something or you put something. But I laugh because I have been forgetful all my life, and so it isn't really um, uh, a problem for me, but for everybody else around me it is. But I lose track of a story. Um, Maybe it is, or maybe it isn't. A struggle with names, um, and miss a step in a task. Those are all things which you maybe they were present before the stroke, but you want to know that it may be temporary. And Alzheimer's is a different kind of memory loss. I heard um, one of my friends who was a physical therapist, I heard him describe it as it's like Swiss cheese. He says some parts of the brain are intact. Some right now they are, but some are missing. Like they're like holes. In the beginning, they're little holes, and they get bigger and bigger. So the brain slowly changes over time, and cells break down. Memory storage weakens, and emotional memory often stays longer than factual memory. So Al remembers uh, myself and Connie, my wife, um, more so than he does Ken, his son, and his wife Tammy, because they live in California and they come out here maybe three, 4 times a year. So and that's why your loved one may not forget your face, but smile when they see your face. So and that's what happens with Al. He remembers us, but he may not notice or may not remember all the facts and figures. So let's break down stroke versus Alzheimer, and it'll be real simple. Stroke memory comes, it happens suddenly. Loss, it happens suddenly. You have a stroke, and boom, there's problems. Uh, there's memory loss, and it happened like that. It improves with time, and mine didn't, thank God. And it's affected by where the injury you have, or your loved one, or your person you provide care. It helps when fatigue is managed because, especially the first year, I was tired a lot. And I didn't remember as well when I was tired. So, and last, it responds well to exercises. And Alzheimer's memory starts slowly, gets worse over time, impacts memory centers first. It needs structure and support. And that's what we have kept Al going along in his his senior living. He is in a unsupervised section. But 5 days a week, he goes to a program for the midday for it's to specifically against his memory issues. And his memory loss, it doesn't improve with exercises, but exercise help move. And let's be clear, we don't really mean exercises like strength exercises, though they are useful. But we also do brain exercises. So why does memory feel so scary after a stroke? It's because you're living inside a brain that's rebuilding itself. You feel the glitches, you feel the gaps, you feel vulnerable, and people around you don't understand, don't always understand. But remember this, confusion is healing, decline is different. So stroke memory problems, the brain trying to reconnect, and Alzheimer's, the brain is losing connections over time. So here's a simple memory rebuild exercise. So this is the 3-minute recall reset. Basically, in your bedroom or whatever the room you're in, hopefully a familiar room, look around and pick 5 items. All right? Did you find them? Give you a little bit more. So you pick those 5, and then you close your eyes, and then you say their names of the item out loud. A picture of my sons, a lamp, another lamp, hook with clothes, and rug. So, and then I can say their colors. That's funny because with aphasia, I'm searching for the right words, the words that match their look. So, anyways, for example, the rug is light brown and dark brown, and the ring light is white and round, and the other lamp is a from the 20s. Like a craftsman pattern. My sons were up in Mackinac Island up in northern Michigan, and they were dressed like they had shirts that were geraniums. Their background is it's the signature flower of the place they were staying. So, anyways, that's the way. And then I can say their locations, not only where they are, but what they meant to me, if, for example, in the picture. So put more depth to each one, and that helps you recall what they are. So you do this once a day, and your recall muscle gets stronger fast. So please when you use it, you gain it. When you don't use it, you lose it. So stroke thrivers and everybody else, please hear me closely. Your memory challenges are not a sign of Alzheimer's. They're a sign your brain is working hard to heal. So in caregivers or loved ones, you're the heartbeat, believe me, of my journey or your other strokes thrivers journey. Your kindness, your patience, your quiet strength, it changes everything for us. And to Al, thanks you for reminding me or us the memory it's not just facts. It's moments, it's connection, it's love. So that's it. And remember, a couple of things. I'm transitioning over from the Stroke Folks show to the Stroke Thrivers, be my new name. And my closing, I've just decided it's going to be different. It's going to be with gratitude and grit. All right. See you next week.